We're back at Hive Stadium in Edinburgh for our second match in the Vodafone series and for a bit of rugby history as Scotland women and Fiji meet for the first time. Well, good afternoon and thank you for joining us from a rather blustery Hive Stadium for live coverage of this Vodafone series match as Scotland and Fijiana continue their preparations for the WXV tournament, which starts later this month. Alongside me in commentary this afternoon, former Scotland international Heather Lockhart. And Heather, Scotland cemented their 6th place in the Women's World Rankings with an excellent win against Wales last weekend. They're ranked 8 places above today's opponents. But Fiji very much an unknown quantity for Scotland and will provide a very different challenge to that posed by Wales. They were crowned Oceania Rugby Women's Champions in June for the 4th time with victory over Samoa, and that saw them qualify for next year's World Cup and the upcoming WXV tournament in Dubai. And since then they've traded wins with Japan, their first ever win over Japan, before losing heavily to Australia. So they've played plenty of test match rugby this summer. What should we expect from them tonight, and how big a challenge will they pose for Scotland?
Yeah, as you say, they're 4 from 6 this year, and it's their first ever time touring in Europe, so super exciting that they're here. I think they will be strong up front, and they've got really exciting wingers as well. In the WXV last year, WXV 3, they came second, and they had an enormous score against Kazakhstan and just won 118-0, and just lost out to Spain 26-19. So there's some tight matches, and then they lose that Australia one. It was 64-5. They lost 40 points in the second half, but then prior to that they'd beaten Japan, the first ever time they'd done that in 6 meetings. So it's a mixed bag this year for them, but I think their highest ever ranking, and I think Scotland are going to be on their best defensively to cope with the attacking prowess that they'll bring.
A lovely view of the Pentland Hills over the top of the stand on the other side of the pitch from us. Now we'll continue the build up to tonight's game shortly, but first let's look back at the game here last Friday night between Scotland and Wales, featuring 8 tries in all between the sides. Well, the first try here, it was Emma Orr. In fact, the first try in the second half, Emma Orr seeing the space in behind, kicking through, and Francesca McGee winning the foot race and touching down for the first of her 2 tries, and then Emma Orr involved heavily in the action again, finding Chloe Rowley, who
that handoff from Helen was amazing. It would just sort of find that gap, glided through, and again Helen was instrumental here and just getting the wide passes, and then look at that kick from Meryl Smith. And we've seen it time and time again this week, but I don't think anyone's got tired of looking at that handoff and the skill required to be able to do that from player of the match, Chloe Rowley. Yeah, and here again Scotland are patient, but again managing to get the ball free, and just simple hands, and Fran McGee again holding the width. Again there's that width in that channel, and I think in the second half they really identified that and really exploited that in the second half. And Wales came back just at the end. They had a try in the first half, but good hands ensured that Nell Metcalf managed to get a try, just missing out on that tackle there. But yeah, two good tries there from Wales.
Yes, 2 tries for the visitors. Meg Webb 16 minutes into the game, and then Nell Metcalf with the consolation score just a couple of minutes before full time. But 6 tries for Scotland. Evie Gallagher opening the scoring 10 minutes into the match. The excellent Meryl Smith scoring 1 as well, and a brace for both Francesca McGee and Chloe Rowley, who you named as player of the match.
Yeah, she was the Vodafone player of the match. There were so many contenders, as I said last week. The whole team really upped it all the way through. But I felt Chloe's finishing, but really working well, especially with the centres, and Helen Nelson there at 10, and Meryl starts at 10 today. So lots of talent on display and able to interchange, and it's the beautiful passing that they can bring to the game. But the back 3 is exciting today as well, so really looking forward to what they can do. And it's interesting whether we can see if Fiji can defend and how they attack. Can they stop Scotland's attack out wide, which they were so good at last week?
Yes, an excellent result for Scotland in their first game since the Six Nations, defeating Wales by 40 points to 12. Well, let's have a look now at the 2 sides as the Guard of Honour makes its way out onto the pitch. Starting with Scotland. Brian Eason making 8 personnel changes and 1 positional switch as he continues to develop his squad ahead of WXV. In the front row, Lana Skeldon, the only survivor from last week's win, alongside Anne Young and Eliane Clark, who both win their first starts for their country. In the second row, Sarah Bonner has a new partner in the shape of the Saracens captain Louise McMillan, and in the back row, Captain Rachel Malcolm is joined this week by Montpellier player Rachel McLaughlin and Jade Conkle with her first start after missing the whole of the Six Nations with an injury. Harlequins captain, great to see her back at number 8. A new pairing at halfback, Katie Mattinson returns to the starting side, another player injured in the Six Nations against Ireland, and she's partnered this week by Meryl Smith, who moves in a place from inside centre to fly half. An excellent showing for Smith at 12. It'll be interesting to see how she fares at 10 this week. Lisa Thompson takes her place at inside centre, returning to the 15s game after playing once again for GB Sevens at Paris Olympics, her second Olympic Games, and she's alongside the ever-present Emma Orr, yet to miss a minute of Scotland's year so far. And in the back three, a late change. Corinne Grant was due to play. She's been replaced by Francesca McGee. Chloe Rowley once again lines up at full-back, and Rona Lloyd comes in on the right wing. Look for the power of Evie Gallagher, who had an excellent performance last week. It's a 5-3 split this week, 3 backs, and the 2 debutantes last week, Leah Brebner Holden and Lucia Scott, will pick up their second caps. And for Fijiana, in the front row, Batila Tawaki plays for Chiefs Manawa in New Zealand's Super Rugby. Most of this side playing with the Fijian Drua, playing the Super Rugby women's competition, so we can expect plenty of cohesion as well as the pace, power and athleticism we always associate with Fijian rugby. She's joined in the front row by Kaleni Marawa and Anasamethi Koravata. And the second row, Merione Nakesa is alongside Asinati Serevi, famous name, the daughter of Fijian Sevens legend Waisali Serevi. And in the back row, Nunaya Downey Moala, Sulita Waisenga and Caroline Nasewa. The halfbacks, Avivi Senikarivi and Jennifer Rabutia. And the centres, Litiana Lawidrau and Tali Wilson, another player to have featured at the Paris Olympics. And in the back three, in the wings, Adita Milinaya, Meriwairita Navoa. And at fullback, the top point scorer in last year's WXV3, Luisa Tesolo. And 2 debutants on the bench, Alisa Nalo and Eva Mary Nabura. Well, Heather, 2 strong sides. We don't know too much about Fijiana. Let's focus on Scotland for now. 8 personnel changes and that shift of Meryl Smith to fly half. Who excites you in this Scotland side tonight?
I think the team was exciting last week, and I think it'll be exciting this week. It just shows the strength and depth of the Scotland side. That on a week later there can be that many changes, and you know it's just going to be as strong as ever. And they're 9 from 12 at the moment, and they'll be hoping to add to 10 from 13 and really push on for that ranking. They're at 6. Matt Banahan, the attack coach, has said they're just scratching the surface, and he felt they left a few tries out there last week. One held up, and there was a couple held up, and there was a maul as well of technical infringement. So they're hoping just to be clinical all the way through for the 80 minutes, and super exciting. So yeah, right through that spine, and it's exciting for the young props to get a start. I think that's really exciting for them.
Yes, 9 from 12 for Scotland over the past 18 months or so. They'll just look to continue building momentum into WXV2, which starts at the end of this month. The sides make their way out onto the park through the Guard of Honour. And as for Fiji, as I say, we don't know too much about the individuals. What we do know is they will play a different brand of rugby than Scotland are used to playing against, and they will play with pace and power and a fast game. Real athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. The tap and goes, I think Scotland are going to have to watch for the quick tap and goes, and just say they'll be alert to any gaps. but when they played Australia, Australia had definitely worked out how to play them. But Fijiana, just super exciting to have them here and playing the first international against Scotland women.
Fijiana led out by their captain, number 8, Caroline Naisewa. Saw Rachel Malcolm leading out the Scotland team, for a lightning player. Two teams will just line up in front of us now in the 15-metre line for the national anthems.
Everyone here in Hive Stadium, please be upstanding if you're able to do so. The national anthem, starting with the national anthem of Fiji. Please remain upstanding for the flower of Scotland.
A great rendition of Flower of Scotland by the sizeable crowd here at Hive Stadium. Before that, God Bless Fiji. Fijiana just in their traditional huddle. Last words for Rachel Malcolm to her Scotland side.
It's great to see Taylor Wynyard's coming out, Pacific rower, coming out with a match ball.
Yes, Taylor Wynyard, part of the all-female trio who just smashed the previous record for rowing across the Pacific, bringing the match ball out.
Nice touch there by Rachel Malcolm, just embracing her there. What a fantastic achievement. Well done, girls, absolutely phenomenal.
A referee this evening, Maria Latos of Germany, assisted by Alexandra Ferri of France and Marie-Clotilde Benvoni of Italy. And our television match official, another Italian, Matteo Lipperini. And it will be Fijiana, as the women's team is known, to get the match underway. Jennifer Rabutia waiting patiently. Looks like Fiji will be playing into the breeze. Just looking across to our right, the orange posts here at Hive swaying in the wind, but blowing into the faces of the Fijians in this first half. And the short kickoff just goes 10. It's been snapped up by Fijiana from the kickoff. Striding into the 22 goes Adita Milinaya. And Scotland immediately onto the defence. Ball goes into touch. What a start for Fijiana.
Absolutely. Just before the start, I just wrote my notes, the artificial pitch, and I think that Fijiana are going to absolutely love playing here. I don't think they play an artificial pitches back home, but I think it's going to really suit their style of play. And that bounce just picked up, basketball style, off they went.
Jennifer Rabutia with the short start, snapped up by Adita Milinia, the left wing. That's almost resulting in the first try with the game about 10 seconds old.
Right on the money, wasn't it? Smart play.
First scrum of the match, Katie Mattinson back in at scrum half. Both props for Scotland winning their first start, and that's been fumbled at the back by Jade Conkle. No knock on, penalty awarded to Fijiana. So all the momentum, the early stages with the visitors.
Yeah, it's been given for not rolling away. Just, yeah, a bit of pressure there at the scrum, and just a bit of a guddle at the back of that scrum there. So another one here.
Well, this time it's Fiji in a great attacking position. Vivi Senikarivi, Fijiana scrum half. Anne Young and Eliane Clark starting props for the first time. Either side of Lana Skeldon, experienced hooker. And her 71st cap tonight. Solid scrum. Out it comes for Fiji, just that short ball. Important tackle by Meryl Smith. Scotland strung across their goal line. Defending in the early stages as Fijiana keep things tight. Slow ball put with the forwards. Very slow ball. Scotland ready to come forward. Tackle made on the captain, Caroline Naisewa. In the corner come the Fijian forwards, Batila Tawaki, the loose head prop, alongside Asanati Serevi. And Serevi who gets the ball, and she's met by Mattinson. A mismatch in size, but Mattinson's clinging on for dear life. Good defence in the end by Scotland as Asanati Serevi powered her way over the line. Scotland survive, and it'll be a goal line dropout.
Yeah, we talked initially about their handling, but that was real power play by the Fijiana. Good scrum, good set piece, and good patience as well. So Scotland did well just to hold that ball up over the line. Serevi just making surges in there. They're happy to go round the corner. Some really powerful front five. Brian Easton talked about that, and all from that kickoff.
Goal line dropout, thumped off downfield, chased by Vivi Senikarivi. Bounces up instead for Luisa Tisolo, the fullback. Little dink over the top, and read well by Chloe Rowley. 2 tries last week on defensive duties for now as Fijiana come hurtling into the breakdown. It looked like they've won themselves a turnover. Senikarivi has to dig for this ball. Very slow again. Scottish defence well set, come forward. Some big strong ball carriers in this Fijiana side, but for now they go wide. Emma Orr comes up and makes the tackle, ball goes loose, hacked off downfield by Lisa Thompson. Chased by 3 Fijians, but doesn't quite get the angle right on that kick, just came off the side of the boot. That eases the pressure for Scotland.
Yeah, Lisa Thompson there, coming back from the Olympics and just making her presence felt, and just, I think she would have liked the kick just to go a bit more straighter, but again, relieving the pressure from those opening few minutes from Fijiana. Well played, Fijiana.
Get in the line-up, please, in the line-up.
Scotland have weathered the early storm, found their way up into the Fijiana 22, courtesy of the work of Lisa Thompson. Look to put pressure on this Fiji line out. Taken well by Serevi, whipped out into the midfield. Rachel Malcolm in the tackle. Fijiana just set up position for the kick into the wind. You can see just how hard that is to kick into it. Just almost goes straight sideways into the stand, and Scotland now with the line out inside the 22.
Yes, Scotland have really got to take advantage of this half. If this wind persists, they've really got to get points on the board early. It just shows you the strength of the wind at the moment.
Lana Skeldon, product of Point High School. That's the first part of the equation right, finds her jumper. Ball fed back to the hooker, but that ball goes to deck, so Scotland play away, and again it's Lisa Thompson. Met with 2 Fijian tacklers, but quick ball out to Eliane Clark, who we said the tight head prop with the carry. Tidy Katie Mattinson just couldn't quite get the ball away. It's been knocked on and opportunity lost for Scotland.
Certainly really been impressed over Fijiana's physicality, and they're just putting real pressure on the Scottish attack, really closing them down, double tackles, holding them up. And there's Lana Skeldon saying exactly what they need to do next scrum, next job.
Look at Lana Skeldon. There were 2 or 3 opportunities last week from the line out when she felt she may be in for her 17th try. Fijiana defended the line out well. They have themselves a scrum about 10 metres out from their try line. Vivi Senikariri again to feed the ball. Captain Caroline Naisewa, number 8.
Yeah, tough one there. Just and Scotland are penalised for a free kick just for an early push, so just a bit over eagerness and just got to hold steady.
So Fiji again playing into that wind. The side, the best option is just the quick tap. It's Anna Samethi Koravata. Takes the ball into contact. This heading in the direction of Francesca McGee, couldn't take it cleanly, no knock on. She's caught on the Fijiana 10 metre line. Side entry, penalty Scotland.
Again, though, impressed with Fijiana's ability to put pressure. Number 14, Nevoha, we know her from the attacking sense, but they're just closing Scotland down, but just giving away the penalty there, side entry.
Lisa Thompson taking on kicking duties. Just punches that ball into touch. 18 metres or so out from the Fijiana try line. So Scotland struggled at the line out a bit last week, but they were secure with their first throw. Well, commentators curse because the overthrow there snapped up by Solita Waisenga. Fijiana open side flanker looking for space out wide. Happy to run the ball at every opportunity. Luisa Tesolo takes the ball into contact. Minia Downey Moala crashes into Scottish tacklers. Scotland going forward this time, making the tackle with Sarah Bonner behind the gain line. Again the kick heading in the direction of Francesca McGee. It's been snapped up by Mary Wairita Nevoha. Well, knocked on though by the Fijiana winger. The wind, you can see, is causing them all sorts of problems.
Yeah, and loose ball, if the kicks are happening just exactly where the ball's going to go, both sides are just going to become hugely alert. Fijiana, we know, are good ball players. Number one, Tawaki, she's a basketball player for Fiji. She has caps there, so they're hugely comfortable on the ball, and then the bounce of this ball, so Scotland are going to be on red alert for that.
Good attacking position here for Scotland. The scrum 15 metres in on the left touchline. Katie Mattinson there with the number 9 jersey on her back, the Ealing Trailfinders scrum half. Injured, concussed with a neck injury against Ireland in the Six Nations. Great to see her back. It's Jade Kunkel, another one coming back from injury, out to Lisa Thompson. And hits Emma Orr. It hit hard in contact in the outside centre, knocks the ball on.
Again, Fijiana just right in the line defensively, reading that centre play there. You just see a replay here. Yeah, just that double tackle and just doing enough. Wilson there, she was at the Olympics. Lisa Thompson talked about before this match how it's the first time Scotland have played Fijiana in the 15th, but obviously known, and she's played against Fijiana in the 7th, so and they went to the Olympics. Bronze medalists in the last Olympics in Tokyo, and were 12th in Paris.
The sun comes out at Hive Stadium for now. It's a little threatening across to our right. Steady scrum for Fijiana now. The pressure comes on from Scotland, and Fijiana had their chance to get that ball away, and they waited too long. The penalty goes the way of the home side.
Eliane Clark, absolutely delighted with that. A tight head on her first start. You see a replay here. The pressure's building. Ball was a bit of a guddle. Yeah, just enough pressure by Scotland. So delighted for Anne Young at loose head and Eliane Clark at tight head on their first starts.
Anne Young was a 12th cap today, Eliane Clark 13th. Seller says both starting for the first time. Reserve for Scotland in the front row. Lisa Coburn and Christine Belisle. Covering Prop Ellis Martin. Another Loughborough Lightning player. Replacement hooker. And we find ourselves back in the same corner. Third line out from here. Lana Skeldon 50% so far, but finds her jumper at the front, and the ball fed back now into the hands of the Scotland hooker, working their way towards the Fijiana line. It's still Skeldon in control of the ball, taken down just short. However, the referee Maria Latos awards the penalty try, and Scotland were working their way towards the try line, taken down illegally by Fijiana. It's the first try of the game, penalty try. Another look at it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just it's the secondary drive as well. Keeping tight at the back. We see Jade Conkle there. Absolutely, that was definitely one. Rachel McLachlan again back on the side, keeping tight. They'd repped it out at training. Watched them at training yesterday. You see the front driving forward, keeping their shape. And yeah, bringing down legally, and penalty try given. And a card, yellow card.
No need for the conversion, the penalty try. Lana Skeldon might be a little bit miffed that she didn't get her 17th Scottish try.
Maria, the last collapsing is not by number.
Fraser Brown will be pleased with that one. Practice pays off.
Collapsing close to
Merioni
by number
Nakesa,
10, Fiji, and not
Fijiana Lock, shown a yellow card. Taking them all down illegally. Lana Skeldon was only about a metre away. There was some confusion as to the number here, because
Yeah, they're just double checking.
Anna Semethi Koravata has come across to the sideline.
Yeah.
I think in fact it was the tight head prop who's now sitting on the naughty step down in front of us. Nakesa reprieved, but it's a little bit of treatment. But again, the Scotland maul, it was well set, they looked powerful, surging towards the try line.
It's so difficult to defend it really sucks them in and keeps the pressure on, and it's something that they've drilled and absolutely just rewards for all their hard work and training. But Koravata be annoyed with that. She's had 3 yellows, and she missed the final in the Super Rugby Women's Championship. So yeah, there's just clarification there.
Sometimes difficult to make these decisions in the heat of the moment, but I mean the try was inevitable. The way Scotland were moving towards the line, you're
almost
just giving
like
away the
team.
points and keep 15 on the park.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes that's a wee bit more experience, but Fijiana, Drua, that play in the Super Rugby, and all these players, bar a couple, do play in the Super Rugby competition, so they are exposed to a high level of competition, and this is their 3rd year of it.
Well, another short restart. Fijiana trying to do the same as they had done with the opening kick of the game. Tadita Milinia didn't come off this time. So we'll come back for a scrum on halfway for Scotland. Another good attacking position.
Yeah, because Koravata's on the yellow card. Replacement front rows comes on.
Svika Matarugu comes on. Desmond Hooker seems quite happy to play prop.
I think she can play both, yeah.
Some confusion as to who is going to have to make way. Fijiana, of course, have to bring on a prop in order for the scrum to be contested. So it was Sulita Waisenga who has been sacrificed, the open side flanker. Well, that just opens up that far side of the scrum even more for Scotland. No flanker on that side. Options both ways. You would expect Scotland to go to the right here.
This is really experienced for Anne Young there in the loose head position against Mataruga. She went to the World Cup with Fijiana when they played in the first World Cup in New Zealand, and she's one of 7 players in the squad today that have that experience. So great experience for Anne Young against such opposition.
Former Hillhead Jordan Hill player, your club?
Yeah, absolutely. She all through the juniors and then progressed to Edinburgh University, and she's now just signed, I think, for Loughborough Lightning. So exciting times.
She has indeed. Well, Scotland feigned to go right, went left instead, and Lisa Thompson sends a nice ball into the 22, looking for the 50-22. That ball's just gone into touch just outside. Still nice kick by Lisa Thompson.
Yeah, no footage to the sides. That's fine.
Kaleni Marawa, Fijiana Hooker. Has to be accurate with her throw here. Lots of movement in that Fijian line out. Can't be taken cleanly, but it does come back on the Fijian side, tapped out. It works for Fijiana. Charging into contact. Tackle made by Jade Conkle. Fijiana is keeping the ball in hand inside their 22. Again, we've seen how difficult the conditions are. The sun's shining, but stiff breeze blowing into the faces of this Fijiana side. Making too much ground for now. This time it was Kaleni Marawa, the hooker. And then they go to the boot, and that might again work for them. It's been snapped up by Fijiana as they head off downfield. And once again, it's Adita Milinia, the 2nd time in the match. However, the support players off their feet at the breakdown, and the penalty goes to Scotland.
Yeah, that short kick releasing the left winger Milinia is really, really, really powerful, and something that Scotland have been alert to there, but looking dangerous when they do that, Fijiana.
And Scotland's kick doesn't find touch. And Fijiana again, it doesn't go very far downfield. Chloe Rowley with ball in hand for the first time, finds Emma Orr, out to Francesca McGee, and McGee heads for the corner. Her path cut off by 2 Fijian tacklers. Cuts back in field and stopped 5 metres short of the try line. Back it goes to the forwards. Anne Young driven into contact. Fijiana just about reorganised themselves in defence. Jade Conkle, powerful carry by the number 8. Again, the forwards coming round the corner, led by Louise McMillan, the Saracens captain. 55th appearance for Scotland tonight, and then they go back to the left. Lisa Thompson, and over goes Scotland for the second try. Good play. They saw that the Fijian defence had gone round to the far side of the ruck. Lisa Thompson calls for the ball.
Yeah, absolute favourite line of Lisa Thompson. Just there, the forward setting up beautifully. Louise McMillan, a hard carry, sucking in 4 Fijian defenders there. Katie Matheson staying alert, and just a short one. Lisa Thompson so powerful in contact. From short range, they're not going to stop her from there. Excellent finish. Great run for Francesca McGee, and that just to set that up into the 22.
Yes, it looked like Francesca McGee would go in the corner for her 3rd try in this Vodafone series. Fijian defence working hard to come across. Meryl Smith. That ball just inside the right upright. And the 2 extra points for Scotland. Francesca McGee denied in the corner. Phases later.
Yeah, Fijiana just overfolding there. You can see the numbers over in the far right hand side, and just the short side there was where the space was, and beautifully identified by Matheson to Thompson.
Behind, please.
Scotland 14, Fijiana 0. 18 minutes played at Hive Stadium. It's Lisa Thompson again. Great boot on her, of course, the wind at her back. Looking for the 50-22, doesn't quite get it. The flag does go up, so it will be a Scotland throw. So not the 50-22, but it works out wonderfully for Lisa Thompson.
Yeah, again, I watched her in practice yesterday. Chris Patterson was down helping her, and it really is that extra, just that extra few metres on it, especially with the wind today and playing with the wind, just to give that territorial advantage. Scotland last week had 60% possession, and they'll be looking to get that today and just try and take home that wind advantage in this first half.
4th line out from this spot, and a change of play by Scotland as hooker Lana Skeldon comes racing away. Hits her centre. Jade Conkle now. As the Scotland forwards go to work. Round the corner comes Louise McMillan again. Go a bit wider, Meryl Smith. Finds Chloe Rowley racing into space. She had 2 options and she picked the right one. And Chloe Rowley gets her 3rd try of this Vodafone series. Scotland will have taken a while to get themselves into this match, but now looking much better. We saw the carry there, and then Katie Matheson out to Meryl Smith. She had the option of Lisa Thompson, picked out Chloe Rowley instead, and that's a good 3rd try for Scotland.
Yeah, clever play there. Again, just setting up beautifully from that line out. Great set piece, and Meryl Smith, a lovely flat pass. Lisa Thompson doing her job. Interesting, the defence, she'd already just scored. They'd be interested in her, and that slightly wider pass. Chloe Rowley just finishing a simple try in the corner there.
Meryl Smith, slightly more difficult conversion attempt this side. This time over on the right hand side. Catches it nicely and raises the flags in front of Scottish Gas Murrayfield. 3 tries, 2 conversions for Meryl Smith. Scotland lead 21 points to 0.
The crowd appreciating that one. Great kicking.
Fijiana again keeping that short, allowing their forwards to chase, but won by Scotland. Matheson to captain Rachel Malcolm. This time Matheson threading the ball back through the legs of the forwards, sends that ball spiralling off downfield. It'll stay in the field of play. 4 players back for Fijiana. Dangerous from here. Thrown out to Fijiana Laudraut, the inside centre. Carries powerfully, eventually taken down by Emma Orr, just on the Scottish side of halfway. Through the hands of Jennifer Rabutia to the forwards. Vivi Senikarivi getting to dig for that one. Fiji looking for space down the left touchline. It's with Luisa Tesolo. Powerful carry by the replacement Vika Matarugu. Fijiana win themselves a penalty. No release by Scotland. A quick tap, not hanging around, got rather isolated, perhaps fortuitously there. The referee not happy with that, brings Fijiana back.
Yeah, that was really, really good play there. Lowendrau just out, number 12 just out in this far side, this near side here at 12, and Matarugu probably a very strong replacement and providing some direct energy for Fijiana to go right in the corner there.
Yellow card is coming
Anna
back.
Semethi Koravata has served her time in the sin bin. She comes back on the field of play, joined by Sulita Waisenga, who was sacrificed for Vika Matarugu. Come on in the front row. Visitors back up to their full complement of 15 just in time for this line out. A great attacking position, but it's been wasted. Inaccurate at the line out. That is a high tackle on Rachel Malcolm. Play on. Scotland about 10 metres out from their try line. Katie Martinson. Scotland just working their way towards the right touchline, this time through Eliane Clark. Isn't slightly too high, but manages to fight her way to deck. Now it goes back to Meryl Smith. Gave an excellent kicking display last week. Finds a touch just inside the Scotland 22.
Yeah, she started at 12 and she really combined well with Helen Nelson. She did 15 out of 27 kicks from hand. It really was a fantastic kicking display, and especially the use of it in the tries in the second half, so more of that in this game.
Game won by Scotland at the line out. So Fijiana set piece not quite functioning as yet. Chance here for Katie Martinson. Looks like she'll take on kicking duties herself this time. Scrum half stays in the field of play. 5 players now back for Fijiana as they look to counter from halfway. A big collision. Rachel Malcolm, I think, with the tackle. Just on the Scotland 10-metre line. Fijiana go to the left. Anna Semethi Koravata with the carry. Scotland defence holding firm and coming forward hard, not giving Fijiana any space to play with at all. It's been generally quite slow ball for Fijiana at the breakdown. Again, Seni Karivi weighing up her options, goes to the left, but Scotland just forcing Fijiana back towards that 10-metre line. Visitors happy to keep ball in hand. Tackle made this time by Rachel McLaughlin. Montpellier, open side flanker. Lisa Thompson and Emma Orr in on the tackle as Fijiana tried to keep that ball alive. Luciana Laudraut rather forcing the pass, ball knocked on, and Scotland scrum.
Yeah, I think Tyrone Holmes, the Scotland defence coach, would be really happy with that defensive set. It was patient, it was measured, double tackles, no problem, no holes, and really forcing Fijiana to make that mistake in the end when they went slightly wider. So really, really good defensive set. I think Scotland are really benefiting from the fact that they played Wales last week. Fijiana, on the other hand, last game was on the 6th of July against Australia, so they've had 7 weeks of pre-season, but they're definitely, just as we saw with their set piece there, their line out, just sort of getting to grips with it. So I think Scotland definitely benefiting at the moment from that yellow card, but also from playing last week.
Some repairs for, I think that's Jade Kunkel down, the number 8. Harlequins captain, her debut way back in 2013. Scotland's first professional women's player.
Thomas back on.
Good to see her smiling there. Just a couple of running repairs, nothing major.
Well, you mentioned some of the Fijiana players who have come from other backgrounds, other sports. We've got netball players in there. And Jade Conkle, former basketball player. It's no surprise with her height.
Yeah, the whole family as well plays rugby up at Inverness Craig, so shout out to them, but hopefully they'll be here watching her today.
It's brought up in the Black Isle, born in Inverness. Scotland scrum on their own 10-metre line. 17 or 18 metres in from the touchline. An option this way if they want it, but Katie Mattinson looks set to send the ball the way of Meryl Smith, and that pass just dying on Lisa Thompson, snapped up by Emma Orr, who does well to evade the clutches of her opposite number, Tally Wilson, and Orr heads off upfield over halfway. Quick ball for Mattinson, sees space in behind. It's just about the bounce of the ball, and it's a kind one for Fijiana as Avivi Senikarivi races back. Almost going horribly wrong for Fijiana. The ball's been knocked on, and it will be a Scotland scrum.
Yeah, just again, Scotland making it work there. Emma Orr doing fantastic work up that right hand side, and again the kick's just putting Fijiana under pressure, pinning them in that 22, really taking advantage of that wind, and just unfortunate knock on there for Negoha. So scrum here.
Looked like Emma Orr would be tackled behind the gain line and behind her support, but did brilliantly to get away from Tally Wilson.
She's just got that strong stride, those first couple of just makes it look so elegant as well.
She's so important to Scotland. Only Orr and Rachel Malcolm haven't missed a minute so far in 2024. Played right through the Six Nations. Played last week against Wales. Jade Conkle picks up. She's got Mattinson with her. Can't find her scrum half cleanly. It's with Rona Lloyd. Back in the 15s game, after having played a lot of sevens, but that ball knocked on. So Fijiana survive. A scrum down for the visitors. Rona Lloyd with Le Lion du Stade Bordelais. France, 23 tries for the Scotland winger. She knows her way to the try line.
I know her. I don't know, her and Chloe are trying to. That's Chloe now on 23 tries, so they're both on 23 tries each. So make it a competition by the end of the day. But great to see her back. Obviously been away with the sevens, but great to see with a smile on the face. She's such a sporting spirit. She said she missed out on the Olympics this year, but she said, I will continue to clap for others until it's my turn. Well, it's your turn today, Rona. Good luck.
Well, not far from here. Started playing rugby as a 16-year-old at Tynecastle High School. It's Fiji from the scrum, and again finding space on the side of the breakdown. Again, forced to keep things tight inside their own 22. It's whether they feel they can't kick for touch into this wind, or just the Fijian style of rugby, rather keep the ball in hand. They do kick now. It doesn't find touch. Fired across from Lloyd to Chloe Rowley, who heads across to her left. Emma Orr now, she's got players outside. Francesca McGee. Ball back inside to Lisa Thompson. McGee fighting to keep Thompson in the field of play. Back it comes to Rachel Malcolm. Placing footwork into contact. And Scotland now just on the fringes of the 22. Pass from Smith to Louise McMillan. Scotland being kept at bay now just on that 22. Out to Chloe Rowley again, does well to get the hands free, but can't quite find Emma Orr, and off goal Fijiana, and nobody will stop the left wing, Adita Melinia, and she dives over under the posts, and Fijiana get their first try. Well, we've seen Adita Melinia twice with ball in hand in this match, and as soon as the ball went to the left winger, there was no chance of Scotland getting back, and Fijiana get themselves on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolute threat all game so far, and here she just took her chance. Absolute wheels on her. Scored in the WXV3 last year and scored against Australia in the last match for Fijiana, and they're absolutely delighted with their first try of the match.
was Adita Millar who snapped the ball up from the first kick of the game and went very close.
She's great hand-eye coordination. She's so comfortable with that bounce of the ball in the artificial pitch.
So Luisa Tisolo, top point scorer last year in WXV3. Fijiana will be heading to Dubai again shortly. It should be a fairly regulation kick. Belatedly the flags go up. Luisa Tisolo adding the extras to an excellent try for Adita Millar. Scotland 21, Fijiana 7.
Just shows just that any slight error there from Scotland, and Fijiana will be ready to pounce on it. Their ball skills are fantastic and taking advantage. In open play at the moment, it's sometimes quite slow at the ruck. Scotland are doing a good job of slowing it down, but when they get the chance in the open field and the broken play, and they can show their prowess.
We're just hearing that Luisa Tisolo was actually out of time with the kick, so the flags did go up, but actually out of time.
Yeah, because the referee was no conversion there.
Yeah, so Scotland 21, Fijiana 5, and the ball not taken cleanly. That could be a penalty. It is indeed. Ball knocked on, and then a bit careless by Nunaya Downey Moala picking the ball up in front of the player who had knocked it on. So penalty to Scotland. So exactly what Fijiana didn't want after scoring a try at the other end.
Yeah, Tisolo will be, she's a proven kicker. She got 34 points against Kazakhstan in WXV3. It was an all-time record for Fijiana, so she'll be kicking herself for running out of time in that one.
The ball put into touch 5 metres from the Fijiana try line. This will be very difficult to defend. As the ball again fed back into the hands of Lana Skeldon. Sarah Bonner, the receiver, quite get the drive organised there, so Katie Mattinson forced to play away. Lisa Thompson pulls the ball back to Meryl Smith, who hits Emma Orr, shut down quickly by the defence as Lana Skeldon comes round the corner again for Scotland. The hooker leading the charge, driven on by Louise McMillan. Quick ball here for Katie Mattinson, looking for runners. Couldn't be taken cleanly by Rachel Malcolm, but the captain fighting her way towards the try line. Ball had come out on the Scottish side, but nobody at home to deal with it. Fijiana have come round, snapped that up, but then quickly give away a penalty.
Yeah, they're certainly putting pressure on there and committing numbers to the ruck, but they just need to keep their discipline whilst doing that.
Time is off.
Yeah, just a few errors there and a few knock-ons at the moment for Fijiana, but wonderful try.
Well, they had done well to defend them all because Scotland looked reasonably well set. The ball was in the hands of Lana Skeldon. They only had 5 metres to go, but forced Scotland to play away.
Yeah, I think Scotland just wanting to mix it up there, just show a different picture to Fijiana. They got the penalty try in the first try, and so just like Mary, not always do the straightforward drive. Again, I think Scotland like better with Emma Orr's pass out wide, the better option, sucking them in, because once it goes to slow play, Fijiana are actually quite happy to do that. They want to keep the tempo up against them.
Scotland opting to go for the corner again as Lisa Thompson knocks that ball into touch. So line out from the other side, maybe a first one from here. We've had several on this side.
That's right, yeah.
Skeldon again finds her jumper. Can Scotland go over this time? Her ball is well set, surging towards the try line. The referee is on the spot, awards the try. Well, no, she's called for a time off. We'll have a word with her assistant on the far side. We can have another look at it here. Lana Skeldon is reaching in for the ball, breaking away. Just looking for the ball in there. It was with Skeldon. The question is, whether as they broke away, had one of the Scottish players got in front of Skeldon. I think that's probably what we can't hear the referee. I think can perhaps hear at home. We'll have a listen to this.
We're going to have a look to TMO.
TMO Matteo Liparini of Italy. Just having a listening. Well, we can have another look at it here. It was Rachel Malcolm who took the ball. It's fed back to Skeldon, but the ball spun around. The question is just, was there a Scottish player impeding the Fijians? I see an argument either way for that.
Exactly. I think the ball initially went to Jane, and then I think Lana's got it at the back there. Let's see if we can see from this angle. Yeah, I think Lana's got that.
It's just whether it's that Jade Kunkel, you can see with the number 8 jersey on as she spun away. It was just whether she impeded Fijiana players coming in. Big screen across to our left, the three officials.
She was staying connected to that one.
Officials are certainly taking their time over it. Skeldon, you can see with the number 2 jersey on her back, which is driving into Jade Kunkel, who's sort of reversing.
Yep.
We don't have the luxury of, unfortunately, being able to hear the officials and the discussion, or the TMO. Well, the try has been awarded, so Lana Skeldon does pick up her 17th try and her 71st appearance for Scotland. Scotland get the 4th try.
Yeah, she'll be delighted with that one. Last week, one of the tries got chalked off because of a technical infringement, but in that same corner, so they'll be delighted as a pact for that one to be nominated and to get that 4th try.
Conversion attempts getting wider and wider and wider for Meryl Smith.
She's a really good kicker.
5 metres in from the far touchline. A difficult wind to contend with. Catches it nicely, keeps it low, into the wind.
Super kick.
It's a great kick by Meryl Smith. 3rd successful conversion for the fly half, adding the 2 extra points to Lana Skeldon's try. Another look at it here as the Scotland pack over the try line. Fijiana team appealing there.
Yeah, we definitely thought there was some, but yeah, they've had a look and it's held, and definitely give 3 out of 3 for Meryl Smith from the tee, and they've not been easy ones, so really good. And the penalty try, the first one.
Difficult for Chloe Rowley, that wind taking the ball away from her as the fullback came forward, but dealt with it well. Martinson sends the ball back to Lisa Thompson, connects nicely with that. However, the Scotland chasers offside, Fijiana penalty.
I don't know what this will win, just a couple of times, just a couple of technical details both sides, just tidy up a wee bit.
Jennifer Rabutia lining up to kick for the corner, instead takes the quick tap. It's with the captain, Caroline Naisewa, the number 8. Fijiana quickly shift the ball across to the far side. This is quicker ball. Scotland again coming forward. Zan Young in the tackle on her opposite number, Mutila Tawaki. Chiefs Manawa, Lucid prop, tip on pass, didn't quite work. Referee on the spot says no knock on, so still with Fijiana. As Rachel McLaughlin, former judo player, comes forward. Open side flanker, that's the physical side of the game. And Young bumped off there. Scotland making the tackle at the second time of asking. The ball lifted over the top, and they get the ball this time to Mary Wairita Nevoha. Fijiana right wing hasn't seen too much of the ball. Dita Milania on the far side has been a real danger Fijiana. Louise McMillan in there on the tackle. Slow ball now as they look to pull the ball back. Batila Tawaki with the pass. Tally Wilson tackled behind the gain line. Scotland defence holding firm, just forcing Fijiana back.
Emma Orr again, just super tackle.
And Young this time makes the tackle. The help of Eliane Clark. Another prop. Simethi Koravata. Fijiana tight head. It's her side on the front foot again. Fijiana looking again to get Adita Milonia into space. The left wing striding out, takes play up into the 22. Chloe Rowley goes in, tries to retrieve the ball for Scotland and wins a penalty. Great work by the Scotland fullback, shutting down the opportunity, but once again Adita Milonia, real thorn in Scottish side.
She's an absolute handful, isn't she? She's a strong, powerful winger, not afraid to cut inside, and it takes more than one to bring her down, and really exciting to watch. It's also interesting, Fiji are quite methodical. Their coach Raulini, he was a player at Saracens, and he's got Fijian caps, and I think he's obviously tried to bring, there's quite a lot of structure in that play at the moment, which, you know, we're expecting to see some open play, but there's a lot of structure in there, and I think they're in their development as they progress to WXV3 in a couple of weeks' time.
It's Moses Rauluni, 43 caps for Fiji, captained the side in the 2007 World Cup.
3 World Cups in fact, so real pedigree there. And he played in Dundee, he told me just before we started for a year with Rob Wainwright, so there you go, not a stranger to these shores.
If you haven't played in Dundee, you haven't played rugby, that ball can't be taken cleanly. If that had come off the head of the Fijian player, but the referee says it was knocked on, and you'll keep me right here, Moses Raulini, perhaps a cousin of Sally Sarevi, who we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, so it's a real pedigree within the team, and I'm sure he's just been appointed this year into the Fijiana Drua as well, the Super Rugby Women's team as well, so real continuity there, and we'll be looking to develop them. He wants to win the WXV3 tournament, and then they've already qualified Fijiana for the World Cup next year, and again take them, they've finished third in their pool in 2022, well it was the 2021 World Cup played in 2022, so they really want to progress and develop just like Scotland. I'm sure he'll be wanting to get up those ranking charts as well from 14.
Scrum over on the far side, off screen on this side. Francesca McGee is just waving across to Meryl Smith. You can just see to the right of your shot with the number 10 jersey on the back, and we've already spoken about her kicking abilities. So McGee just letting her fly half know that she's there if she needs her. The rest of the Scottish back division staying fairly tight.
Good communication there, Rowley just at full back, just keeping Francesca just informed of everything. Really, really good communication there.
Eventually we get the scrum down. It's at the feet of Rachel McLaughlin. It's come squirting out as Fijiana put pressure on at the scrum, and Katie Mattinson is to dart back and go down on the ball. The support not quite quick enough in getting there. Fijiana not hanging around. Off they go again and going through tackles. Now looking for support. It's an important tackle by Rona Lloyd, but away goes Sulita Waisenga. Goes over for Fijiana's second try when they have ball in hand, proving incredibly difficult to stop, brushing their way past and through Scottish tacklers. Another look at it here as Avivi Senikarivi
did well, actually, just the tackle on the ball, but again they're able to pick up the ball from the deck of this artificial pitch. Waisenga just happy to do that, run that support line. Senikarivi doing amazingly well there. Lloyd coming across for that cover tackle, but again the bounce goes in Waisenga's favour. She's got the taste, she's got the power just to make that finish. So dangerous in broken play.
Fijiana, their second try, just in the stroke of half time. Ship kick from the conversion, unsuccessful.
So difficult from this end.
With that, the referee blows for half time, and the end of a very entertaining first half here in the Vodafone series at Hive Stadium in Edinburgh. This is confirmation on your screen of the half-time score. Scotland 28, Fijiana 10. 4 tries for Scotland, a penalty try, and Lisa Thompson, Chloe Rowley and Lana Skeldon. Fijiana not lying down. Adita Milania and Sulita Waisenga going over in reply for Fijiana. Both sides head in to the changing rooms at Scottish Gas Murrayfield for half time. We'll look just in a second at that first half action, but plenty to talk about, Heather.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're just sitting here with the crowd, and there's a really healthy crowd here, really enjoying that rugby. I think Scotland have taken their chances and put the pressure on the 22, but Fijiana have shown that given an opportunity in broken play, they will take it. And Miliana, we've talked about her, the left wing, and Waisenga, what a turn of pace, and the hands as well, but so dangerous in broken play. Fijiana, when it comes to set play, it's slow, and I think Scotland are quite happy to defend, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in this next half, and Fijiana have the wind with them.
Well, let's look back now over the action in that first half.
And here's the penalty try. Scotland were driving, and they just well drilled from the training pitch. And great to see the pack working together. There's 5 changes in that pack, but it doesn't look like it. They're absolutely glued together. Sarah Bonner coming in there, Jade Conkle right in the thick of things. Jade knew that was a penalty try, and the referee no hesitation in giving it. And number 3 Koravata, yeah, charged with just bringing it down. See Koravata there, just bringing it down with her. So there's Lana Skeldon, yeah, we just fell. So that's why it's a penalty try, bringing down the maul illegally.
The second try fell to Lisa Thompson, the inside centre, as Fijiana overfolded. You spoke about it in commentary. Round to the far side of the ruck, and Lisa Thompson, alert to the opportunity, called for the ball, crashed over the try line.
Yeah, the phase played by Scotland's good. Again, managing to convert. Yeah, it's just a slight change of angle. Ravutia not able to stop her.
Well, Meryl Smith was successful with the conversion, and then the third try fell to Chloe Rowley. Scored 2 tries last week in a Player of the Match performance, but it was Meryl Smith picking the perfect pass.
Yeah, and you talked about it as well. It's about Lisa Thompson's angle of running here. We've got options, and that's what you want. In an attacking play, you want options. Matt Banahan would be left to right pass, just simple but quality pass.
Yes, and the 2 options keeping the defence guessing. Fiji, well, we'd seen Adita Milinia with ball in hand earlier in the match, 10 seconds into the game, almost scored, and another lovely run from her own 22.
Just gets the turnover ball. Look at that, just the initial acceleration, and just so powerful. She's been such a weapon for Fijiana this past year, and yeah, got the pace to finish.
We spoke about their athleticism, and just a great sight to see.
Yeah, it's just desserts there, because she had 2 early opportunities. The Scotland defence managed to stop her, but there, and the team were delighted with that finish.
Luisa Tesolo out of time with the conversion, so unable to add the extras, but back came Scotland. Lana Skeldon denied earlier with the penalty try, but goes over for her 17th try for Scotland.
Yeah, went to the TMO, but Rachel Malkin, sort of unsung hero in there when the line out takes, was one of the highest line out takers for Scotland in the Six Nations, and again just providing that platform with Lana Skeldon at hooker, and Anne Young as well. I'm really impressed there. Her technical play and just the ability to keep within, and Jay Conco as well. Sarah Bonner right in the heart of things. That part is working so hard on the secondary drive there to get that ball over the line. So difficult to stop, and there the first try the Fijians had to do it illegally, and there Scotland get their just desserts. And here it was a quick tap and go, and then Sarah Karivi got well brought down there by Rona Lloyd, but it was the support play, what Fijiana are well known for, that support play, able to pick the ball off the deck, just the simple bounce. She did really well, Sarah Karivi. That was a lot of defenders she get through. Good tackle there by Rona Lloyd, but just slightly changed her angle of running by Sega. Really, really good play. Just showing her Sene Karivi, one of the newer ones, but with Senga she also went to the World Cup, and just showing her experience there and her pace. Francesca McGee, not a slow player, and finding it hard to get back and deal with that angle of running.
So an enthralling first half here at Hive Stadium. 6 tries, 4 for Scotland, 2 in reply for Fijiana.
2 tries against that wind, that's huge for Fijiana. It's really, really well taken tries there, and Scotland going to have to tighten up their defence and how they're going to deal with that wind in the second half.
We'll begin the build up to the second half shortly, but first let's look back to last year's WXV2 competition, with Scotland defeating Japan by 38 points to 7 to lift the title.
Wide if they can make it work. Cutting through, the tackle is Nagata! The captain crossing the line.
That is a good run from Iroha. Nagata, the captain herself. Just one bounce. Scotland caught in the edges with their defense.
It is up and it is over. An image of great stability begins to crumble as Scotland continue marching on. And all resistance crumbles underneath the sticks. A penalty try to Scotland. Multi-talented number 10, dropping bodies as she goes. Skeldon to Nelson, here she is again. Emma Orr cutting through the line. Emma Orr backing herself. Emma Orr.
If the tide is turning like this, I'm telling you, something in me will just be awakened. Injection of pace, the step inside. Daimani! Razmataz showing them who's bosso.
The kick is clean, it is over. Scotland take the lead for the first time in the match. Oh, Scotland get away with one. Mattinson to Nelson. Wide it goes to Roddy.
Clean.
Try in the corner. Corinne Grant on tournament debut. The Saracen stretches out Scotland's lead.
In a difficult position because they were already on top of the try line. Corinne Grant.
Thank you.
Easy try for her.
Scotland still believing in this maul. Can they get it over the line? The formation is brilliant. Another penalty advantage, and Skeldon scores her 3rd try in South Africa.
Just couldn't defend that at all. Couldn't defend that at all.
Nelson. So the Scottish defence seemingly there every time, and now they pluck it clean out of the air, and Sarah Bonner has a clean run to the try line. Bonner turns on the afterburners.
It's like she was running on clouds, I'm telling you. A good jump and turning over possession.
Did look illegal that from the Sakura 15, dragging down that rolling maul just as it was looking ominous. Emma Orr, another try.
Thank you.
Very mindful of the position she was at.
Which will bring a conclusion to this match. And see Scotland win by 31 points over the mighty Sakura 15. The WXV2's inaugural edition is won by Scotland's women, and their captain Rachel Malcolm sets off the celebrations.
Champisi, champagne moment.
opposition, the likes of the United States of America, who've been ranked so highly in the world, who have won a World Cup.
So Scotland lifting the trophy, the first playing of WXV2, and they start their defence of the title on 28th September. You can watch all of their matches in this year's competition live on BBC iPlayer, BBC Sport website and app. First game on 28th September against Italy. Also play Japan again and Australia. Fiji will be heading to Dubai to play in WXV3. They face Hong Kong, China also on the 28th of September. Old rivals Samoa and also Spain. So preparation for both these sides. So who will be happier with the first half, Heather?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because Scotland have got the 4 tries in the bag with the wind. I think they'll probably just like a couple of just like to let Fijiana back in with those 2 tries, but they were well taken, and certainly that finish at the end by Waisinga was absolutely excellent, and the quick tap and go, so they've got to be alert to that. Now Fijiana are with the wind, so they've got an opportunity to play that territorial game and really take it to them, but certainly Scotland are happy defending when Fijiana slow it down. It's in broken play that they're dangerous.
Scotland playing into the wind in this second half. Will they change their tactics? Will they do what Fijiana did and keep ball in hand more?
Yeah, and it's like Fijiana tried to do that short kick as well. That was an interesting one. And Nina, who we saw out in the left wing, and a lovely finish. Just sometimes didn't quite work out. But I thought that was interesting and a good tactic, especially on this pitch. So, but certainly the set piece, just at a couple of times at the beginning, wasn't quite functioning for Scotland. But the set piece at line-out time is definitely. There was one scrum there that certainly Fijiana started to get the hang of it. But it's been okay so far in terms of stability. But certainly the line-out has been a source of 2 tries for Scotland, and the penalty try and Skelton's try at the 4th try.
Let's have a quick look at the Scotland bench as well. We didn't mention too many of those players in the build-up. You and I, was it last Saturday, our club sides met, and we were having a little bit of not a debate, discussion around the player of the match last week. Chloe Rowley, 2 tries, an excellent performance, but also catching eye Meryl Smith on the bench. Evie Gallagher started at number 8 last week. I thought was just exceptional.
Yeah, she got that first try, and she really was. She just 18 carries, top carrier for Scotland. As I said in commentary, I said every single person in the squad stepped up last week. I mean, to get the highest number of points against Wales is no mean feat, and I think every player was worthy of it, and Chloe certainly with those finishes. But certainly Evie on the bench, what a weapon to bring on. We've got Christine Belisle, Lisa Coburn, Ellis Martin in the front row, and we also have the 2 debutants from last week that made such an impact, Leah Bregner-Holden and Lucia Scott, and Helen Nelson. What an absolute wealth of experience there, and elegance and composure to bring on in the second half.
Leah Bregner-Holden in particular came on at scrum half and thought added real pace to the Scottish game, but also width, the length of her and accuracy of her passing, allowing Scotland to just get a bit wider away from the ruck and attack spaces further out.
Very much so. You call it a scrum half service, and she had that service very much so. And Eva Donaldson as well on the bench. I like what she does, especially at line out time, and has got. So I think she's got lots. She's quite raw in the loose at the moment. I think she's got loads more to give, and an exciting player when the WXV comes around.
Fijiana are already back out on the pitch, just down in front of our commentary position now.
Just pointing out lots of Fijiana supporters just right out in front of us, and they're enjoying their time here. Great to see.
They're in the minority, but they're certainly making themselves heard.
Absolutely, enjoying their weekend in Scotland.
Lots of smiles on Fijian faces, which is, it's typical. They always play the game with smiles on their faces. They just love.
It's their national sport. They absolutely love it. The whole family absolutely love it. Some of them have been on quite a journey. There's been quite well documented about the growth of rugby for the females in Fiji, but great to see that they're on this tour and then they'll be off to Dubai for WXV3.
Scotland led back out onto the pitch by Rachel Malcolm. Just having a look to see if there have been any changes made at half time. Information of that just in a second. See any new faces? The referee Maria Latos, Germany. Thompson will get the second half underway, and she does keep things short. The ball bounces back towards Scotland. It's chased by Sarah Bonner. Snapped up by Fijiana, so first possession of the second half for the visitors, and Anna Semethi Koravata. She did in the opening 40, carrying hard. And the injection of pace and power there by Kaleni Marawa, the hooker. Ball sent off downfield, but straight into the arms of Chloe Rowley. Weighs up her options, and again, it's like a slightly high hit, but play goes on. With Scotland, Rona Lloyd goes into act as scrum half. Referee now playing an advantage. I think he's had a call from assistant on the side, and again Rona Lloyd going in as scrum half. An accurate pass just out in front. Could be taken cleanly, so we'll come all the way back for the penalty.
Yes. 1:15, right?
Yeah, it was a really good take by Chloe, and just Wilson on
Number 13, 1-3,
high tackle. And I think Rachel's just having words with the referee about that.
For it, there was a PK on the
Katie Matheson seems to be okay. See her across to the left. Suffered concussion against Ireland in this year's Six Nations. Lisa Thompson just on her own side of halfway. Kicked well in the first half. Let's see how she does into the wind. Well, she finds a good touch just right down in front of us, about 27, 28 metres or so out from the Fijian try line.
And it's very often the way the posts are not swaying as much, so maybe the wind slightly died down.
I did wonder if it had just towards the end of the first half. Lana Skeldon accurate with the throw, finding Louise McMillan, then out again into the midfield. The two centres combining. Lisa Thompson drops the ball off to Emma Orr, and then Scotland come back to the right in the Fijian defence. All let's see here is Rona Lloyd tries to go through a gap, stopped 10 metres out.
release wide.
Scotland quickly organising again, and it was Louise McMillan who won the ball from the line out, driven sideways by aggressive Fijiana defence. Jade Conkle now, the number 8 with the carry, the Harlequins captain. And Scotland now 6 metres out, playing quickly. Fijian defence strung across their own 5 metre line as Sarah Bonner crashes into contact. Katie Matheson appealing to the referee. Slower ball here for Scotland. Jade Conkle again for the second time in the move. Number 8, perhaps the most physical of the Scotland forwards. Now it's the captain, Rachel Malcolm. Reaches out, touches down, and Scotland with the try. Only 3 minutes into the second half. Powerful carrying by the forwards, and it's the captain who scores the 5th try.
Yeah, that was a real forwards try, some excellent carrying. We see here Rachel just finishing it off. Great support line there by, she did that all by herself, burst through 2 tackles. That's her 3rd try for Scotland. She'll be absolutely delighted with that. Well done, Captain Rachel.
Number 10.
Just spotting a slight gap there and just driving through. One-handed as well, good skill.
Thank you.
Powerful play by the Scotland pack. Jade Conkle twice with the carries, stopped short.
She was just walking back with Rachel there. I think she almost felt that was her that shared the try, that one. A really, really good build-up play.
Louise McMillan again with the carry, and Meryl Smith accurate again with the conversion. Yet to miss 3 successful conversions in the first half. The first, of course, a penalty try, so no conversion needed. Accurate again. Scotland lead by 35 points to 10.
That's a huge start, especially when we talked about the wind, but I think it definitely has died down. That was a great set of controlled play by the Scotland pack.
Meryl Smith, the ball probably just came off the side of the boot there. This goes into touch. About 27 or 8 metres out now from the Scotland try line. Can Fijiana reply quickly? Taken cleanly in the middle, dropped down to Vivi Senikarivi. Ball whipped out into the midfield to Litiana Lawidrau. Good ball again for Fiji, but as did Scotland, coming back to where the whole thing started from the line out. Luisa Tisolo though dealt with well by the Scotland defence, and again aggressive tackling. Eliane Clark in there. Jennifer Rabutia puts the ball through. Chloe Rowley read it well.
Knock on in a tackle for me. Advantage, knock on in
Playing
tackle.
advantage here. Scotland play to the
Advantage
left, Lana
over.
Skeldon. Off to Anne Young. Loose head prop charging off downfield. Emma Orr kicks ahead. Francesca McGee looking for the bounce and gets the perfect ball up into her hands. It's almost a carbon copy of last week. Emma Orr with the kick. Francesca McGee winning the foot race. And that's 2 quick-fire tries for Scotland.
After wonderful build-up play there, and she's got Anne Young at loose head prop to absolutely thank there. Again, just using those wide tram lines and finishing it off. It's some superb play. Chloe Rowley is really reading Tisolo's kicks, and she's fielding them so well at fullback, and that's enabling the counter-attack. It's interesting, Fiji like to counter-attack, but I think they find it harder to defend at counter-attack, and that's a great play by Scotland.
And Francesca McGee only come into the starting lineup about an hour or so, I think, before kick-off. Maureen Grant having to pull out as Meryl Smith again raises the flags.
No.
Her 5th successful conversion, but Francesca McGee wasn't due to even be in the starting squad, wasn't on the bench, coming straight into the starting lineup. Picks up her 3rd try of this Vodafone series.
Quite incredible, 2 tries last week. Just shows that the riches on the wing position, but able to slot in at last minute notice and take her chance again. Such a natural runner.
Great work to pick that ball up, because I don't think she was expecting the bounce, and it almost caught her by surprise, but did well to deal with it.
Yeah, maybe we talked about that in the first half, just those little things, just staying alert and just not giving away the unnecessary, and she was ready and took her opportunity well.
You mentioned Anne Young. I think Francesca McGee due her perhaps a drink later on, and Emma Orr, not surprisingly, she's just involved in everything.
Open up, please. No. Okay. Open up, please.
Well, Francesca McGee, that's her last act of the game, because she leaves the field of play to be replaced by Lucia Scott. With her debut last week, the Hartpury University and Gloucester Hartpury player.
Nice line-up by Fiji there.
Taken cleanly though in the midfield. He says the ball wasn't knocked on. So it's still with Fiji. Physical carry to create space, and they may well have done so for Luisa Tisolo. Out it goes again to Adita Milania. Can't take the ball with her. Fijiana doing well to create space with the carry initially, and then as it made its way out towards Adita Milania, you could sense the excitement in the crowd. The Fijiana left wing looking dangerous every time she gets the ball, but couldn't take it cleanly, and Scotland will now have a scrum just inside their 22.
Yeah, Scotland defence just doing enough just to create some doubt within Fijiana's mind out in the wide channels, but Tisolo definitely threatening, running through those 2 defenders, and hands-free, ready to keep that ball alive. Exciting play.
Coach. 5. Set.
Fijiana again putting pressure on that Scottish
Huge
scrum. Comes back on the Fijian side, and it's with Litiana Lawidrau, inside centre, looking to go wide. It's been taken by Mary Wairita Nevoha. Snapped up by Scotland, and then they win themselves a penalty.
Yeah, Evie Gallagher just doing some amazing work there at the breakdown. But yeah, Fijiana just showing how dangerous they can be if they can get some ball on hand. But Evie Gallagher's on, and she's not for messing around, and doing what she does well, amazingly well at the breakdown.
important turnover for Scotland. It's Fijiana building pressure. Just trying to see who Lee Gallagher has come on for. Is it Jade Kunkel gone off?
Yes. Yep, I'll just double check for you.
Lucia Scott. Just in the centre of the screen there, coming on for Francesca McGee, winning her second cap.
Yeah, I think
changes for Fijiana as Mary Nabura, Fijiana Sevens player, comes on for her debut, and Rebecca Tovey also on 22 and the 23 jersey.
Okay, time is off from both teams. There's too much shouting. Please don't shout at us. We'll get it sorted. Line-out's been good so far. Keep it that way.
But yeah, certainly that last from there, Fijiana took huge pressure there on Scotland, so that was a big turnover there by Evie Gallagher.
Okay, time is back on.
Skeldon goes long, but it's been picked off by Asanati Serevi. Fijiana on the attack once again. There's space, but it's been shut down very quickly by Rona Lloyd, right wing, and then Lloyd comes up with the ball inside the Scotland 22. Great work by the Stade Bordelais player, 51st appearance for Scotland. Landed off downfield, but not very far by Meryl Smith. Just inviting Fijiana to come forward again in attack on the Scotland 10-metre line. Fijiana, Rubana Karavu, it's been lost again.
Eliane Clark, brilliant turnover.
Sarah Bonner knew the space was out there. Emma Orr hit hard just as she got the kick away. Back come Fiji. This time through Mary Wairita Nevoha. Lifted back inside. The Scottish defence alert to that. Looking to get the ball out into the wide channels, but Jennifer Rabutia, fly half, wants to take the ball into contact. Often squirting out the back of the Fijian ruck, skipping through the tackle of Rachel McLaughlin. She didn't miss many. Slow ball again for Fijiana. Allows the Scottish defence to get set. Well, this time Rachel McLaughlin makes no mistake with the tackle. Back to Eva Mary Nabura, sends the ball down into the Scottish 22. Fine bounce for Emma Orr. Crunched by two Fijian tacklers. Scottish outside centre. Tip-on pass from Rachel Malcolm to Sarah Bonner. And Emma Orr, not surprisingly, a little slow to get back to her feet, but seems to be okay. Product of bigger rugby club. McLaughlin out through the hands of Chloe Rowley. Away goes Scotland through Lucia Scott down the left touchline. The replacement winger carrying well, and Scotland win a penalty. Quick tap and go by Katie Mattinson. Tackle made by Mary Wairita Nevoha, never onside. Showing the yellow card.
Yeah, it seems like the intensity from both sides is just ramped up. Fijiana made some substitutions, and there's just a bit more energy, a bit more bite about them. And I think it's Nevoha that's got the yellow card.
Yes, the right wing. Mary Wairita Nevoha, never back 10. Sense the danger as Katie Mattinson need to take the quick tap. The tackle, it's the second yellow card of the evening for Fijiana. Emma Orr, bloody nose. Rather the tackle, she's tough, just as well.
Tovey, just she's come off the bench, and definitely just a bit more energy, a bit more physicality, a bit more directness.
On comes Helen Nelson for Emma Orr. A rejig in the Scottish back division. Smith, I assume, will move out to
No, we're doing
12.
the line out, we're doing the line out, and then we're doing the substitution that we want to do.
Lisa Thompson, I think, will shift out of place, and Helen Nelson will slot in at fly half. As Lisa Thompson thumps the ball into touch. More changes being made by Scotland. There's a whole replacement front row. Come on, Ellis Martin, Lisa Coburn and Christine Belisle. As Anne Young, Anna Skeldon and Eliane Clark make way.
Brilliant play, girls, well done. A hugely beneficial experience and massive smiles on their faces as well. Well done. Lana Skeldon too on her try, and the penalty, instrumental in that penalty try as well. Big hugs all round, well played.
Second's good. Second's good.
Katie Mattinson to Louise McMillan. Quick ball here for Mattinson. Finds Rachel Malcolm. Able to step inside the tackler. And Evie Gallagher now leading the charge for Scotland, the replacement number 8. 8 metres or so out, and they go a bit wider. A muddle there between Lisa Thompson and Meryl Smith. Still with Scotland. Louise McMillan is carried well, driven into contact by her second row partner Sarah Bonner. To the captain again, and there's space out there to the left, and it's Evie Gallagher who will go in again, the replacement number 8. Again, good recognition of space by Scotland. 2 or 3 tight phases, not going through too many with the forwards.
This is just a real assured set play here, and again a lovely long pass by Meryl Smith. Evie Gallagher really bringing just easy pass. She almost didn't need to pass that, but lovely. Lucia Scott on her second cap, getting her first try for Scotland. Big smiles all round too. Lovely pass out there by Meryl Smith. The service again, Chloe Lorley just running that inside line just to keep the defence honest.
Thank you.
Yes,
well done,
I thought
Lucia.
Evie Gallagher had gone in, probably didn't need to give the pass, but good on her. Gave Lucia Scott the scoring pass, and her second appearance for Scotland came off the bench last week. On in the wing this week for Francesca McGee. Gallagher scoring last week and denied another when she was held up. Smith with her first miss of the evening as the wind picks up again here, and just spots of rain in the air at Hive Stadium.
Hugely unselfish play there by Gallagher. Good teammate.
So Scotland 47, Fijiana 10. 7 tries now for Scotland. Eventually claimed by Rona Lloyd. It goes to Meryl Smith. It's a decent connection, but kicking into the wind, taken well by Adita Milinia. Rebecca Tovey on the Scottish 10-metre line. Sarah Karivi just looking to the right, instead goes to the left. Penalty, Fijiana. And Seni Karivi looking to keep the pace of the game up. Ball comes squirting out the back of the Fiji breakdown in the Scotland 22. Try and shovel the ball out, and it may well work. It's been picked up by Tovey. Dragging Scottish defenders with her into the 22. Pops the ball up. Chloe Rowley almost steals the ball. Just knocks it on, and it will be a Fijiana scrum.
Yeah, just that little few spots of rain there, just making that ball a bit greasy, just it's bobbling a bit, and yeah, just we've got to make it safe for both sides. But opportunity here for Fijiana. Nambara and Tovey coming off the bench, 22 and 23, looking lively, looking like there's opportunities for them.
That's good. That's good.
Fijiana scrum over on the far side of the pitch, their right hand side. Lurking on this side, Dita Milinia. Dangerous all evening. Their first try.
Set.
The scrum has looked to be in the ascendancy. Good to keep things tight through Jennifer Ravutia. It's been one vote though by Scotland. Meryl Smith thought about the kick, gives it to Rona Lloyd instead, looks to run out of the 22. Off she goes, oh we know all about her pace. The GB7 star now back playing 15s. Races up the right touchline and just too much pace for the Fijiana defence, and Rona Lloyd goes in for her 24th try for our country.
Absolutely outstanding, Rona Lloyd, just doing what you do best, turning the defences inside and out. It was a great turnover. Scotland keeping their defence tight in their own 22. And look at this lovely pass out there, and just going round the outside. Millar, who's been the recipient of her own tries, she's just got too much gas, Rona Lloyd. Absolutely fantastic. Great to see you back at the Hive, and great to see you scoring tries.
It's the blur of yellow boots. She raced up Scotland's right hand touchline in front of the crowd here, all on their feet, cheering the right wing. Another successful conversion by Meryl Smith, and that extends Scotland's lead out to 54 points to 10.
Yeah, 8 tries, absolutely outstanding. Do not underestimate how much work goes in to be able to score that try. Absolutely outstanding. Well done, Rona Lloyd. Did not have lots of ball, but certainly just taking advantage when it came her way.
Scotland having led 28 points to 10 at half-time, conceding 2 tries to Fijiana in full control now. 4 second half tries without reply. Smith again, a good touch just outside the Scotland 22.
Yeah, Fijiana have had a couple of opportunities, but just when it's mattered, the ball's been turned over. Evie Gallagher's one there, it's just been knocked on, so they just need to tighten up, because they've got as we've seen, Millar at the left wing and Wilson there at centre. They just need to tighten up a wee bit and keep ball and unbroken play outstanding.
Yes, the time is off. Yeah. You have an injury over there?
More changes for Scotland. Brebner Holden coming on.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Seems to be some confusion here with Fijian replacements. Referee Maria Latos has done a great job this evening. Just holding up play till we get things sorted. Looks like Loraini Senevutu will come on. Likewise Aviami Vedriaki. See Lisa Coburn there with the 17 jersey on. Born in Basingstoke, plays for Gloucester Hartpury.
Scotland certainly making the yellow card count in their favour here.
Move over, please.
Hold up in fact with some treatment to Marioni Nakesa way back in her own in-goal area. She's returned to the line out, number 4. Quite get the left right, but it does come back on the Fijian side as again they crash into contact.
No.
Jennifer Ravutia, but they come to the left, and Rebecca Tovey almost through again goes Adita Milania. The forward pass in the left wing denied.
Yeah, we're just talking about that, just how they've got the possession now, they've got the passes going, I feel they've got the energy, and it's just the final pass or the final little bit finer detail just to finish it off and put Scotland on the back foot.
Marcus here.
Well, they've done that at least 3 times from the line at that 11 play, as you call it, one phase opening in, one phase back, and almost catching Scotland out there. Leah Brebner Holden, see just in the left of your shot, wearing 21. Gloucester Hartpury and Cheltenham Tigers.
Boy! Set!
From Brora. For time Scotland winning the penalty at the scrum. They've been under pressure at times in this game, like dominant in the opening 20 minutes or so, but then...
And then Fijiana started the ascendancy, and then there's probably, it's quite hard work, I'd imagine, scrumming out there, so fresh legs on, replacements on, and Lisa Coburn there, I think she thought she actually was being penalised, but she'll happily take that, and great to see her on. ACL injuries, missing out on World Cup, so great her. She's got a lot to offer, in the power play, and in the tight and in the loose as well.
Hannah's back on.
Lisa Thompson inaccurate with the kick to touch from the penalty. And Ellis Martin accurate with the throw off the top and quickly out through the hands of Nelson. It's the return pass, can't take it cleanly, but picked up by Leah Brebner Holden. Replacement scrum half, and off she goes, looks for support. Finds Scottish hands and whips the ball out to Nelson again. Lisa Thompson now over on the far side of the pitch. Can't be taken cleanly though. Christine Belisle, I think, is knocking that ball on. Scotland playing with pace, and we've mentioned before she came on, Leah Brebner Holden very much adds pace to the Scottish game.
Yeah, just that half break there, and Meryl Smith just beautifully reading it on her shoulder, ready to make some more yards. And Boha back on after that yellow card.
Fijiana right wing. Fijiana scrum. Laura Lamani, another player who was at the Paris Olympics. Quick glance round to see what the options are. Scrum goes down, we'll reset.
Get your feet.
Yeah, I was reading that she's transferred from wing to scrum half, and she's made that transition successfully. Not an altogether unusual one, but not hugely usual either. So it's quite a specialised position. So good luck to her in that position.
Lamani. Quick chat with the Fijiana back division. It's Jennifer Rabutia. Looks like she will be spearheading the Fijian attack here. It comes to Rabutia. She takes the ball into contact, taken down by Brebner Holden. Scottish players going off their feet at the breakdown. Penalty goes to Fijiana. Another injury. It's to Jennifer Rabutia.
12-23's definitely brought something to this game as well. I think she's helping out Rabutia in the kicking department as well. Hope she's okay.
Yeah.
Fiji not hanging around. Get that ball into touch just up towards halfway. Another change as Aviami Vedriaki comes on wearing 19. Still about 15 minutes left to play here. Scotland 54, Fiji 10. Fiji still have another warm-up match against the Netherlands in about 4 days' time. They build up towards WXV3.
Yeah, I think that's exciting. That's the first time they've ever played the Netherlands as well. So it's a huge opportunity playing these two matches, these two warm-up matches ahead of the WXV3. And they've got Hong Kong, China, Samoa and Spain. Lost out to Spain last year, so they'll be looking to get the win this year.
No, the time is still off.
They play something like 10 tests this year, which is great, so that you have that opportunity, because that's not always been the case.
It's actually 11. It's amazing because I was reading they played 12 matches between 2006 and the beginning of 2022. 12 matches, and then in 1 year, this year, shows the growth and the finance and the investment and the ability to play these matches. They're going to play 11 tests this year.
Well, it's all part of the growth of the women's game in general. WXV starting last year seemed to be a real success. Top 18 sides in the world involved in that.
Hannah's back on.
Rugby World Cup coming next year in England, exciting times.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's interesting. WXV3, there's 2 spots still up for grabs for the World Cup next year, so 5 teams will be fighting it out for those 2 spots. Fiji have already qualified, but it's going to be Samoa, Hong Kong, China, Spain, and the Netherlands are going to be, hopefully fighting it out for that last spot. And sorry, Madagascar as well.
Well, back to the action, and Leah Bremner Holden, the quick tap, a thumping hit, this time on Ellis Martin. Scotland replacement hooker. Ball threaded through by Helen Nelson, snapped up by Rebecca Tovey, heads off downfield. A path quickly shut by Lisa Thompson.
Scotland, Fijiana just displaying their physicality there and just wanting to make as much as they can from these last 20 minutes. Their coach is talking about the fact that there's slightly less injuries this time around after their 7-week plot, and slightly fitter. They do their training on the Sikatokad sand dunes, and they say forget Bronco, try the sand dunes. It looks absolutely brutal, so hopefully that will pay off in these last 20 for them.
Vika Matarungu with the throw at the top, and again just 2 quick passes out to the captain, Caroline Naisewa.
No, midfield. No.
Stan will continue to.
Yeah, but the tackler needs to roll.
The referee awarded a penalty. Off they go. Again, it's Kalora Lomani, and then carried on by Adita Milinia, the left wing. The Fijian supporters right in front of us, up on their feet as the left wing gets hands on the ball. Diana Rabanakadavu continues with another carry. Tally Wilson trying to brush off Scottish tacklers, has to fight their way to deck, helped by Aviame Vedriaki. Scotland had managed to turn that into a ball.
Right in the thick of that. She really targeted that one, well played. She started that, just slowed it right down. Scotland are not going to, they want more, they're not going to give up their line easily.
Lisa Thompson on her return to the 15s game.
Yes.
Played Paris Olympics, her second Olympic Games, GB7s, New Zealand Trailfinders. Her 61st cap this evening for Scotland.
Closer,
Another product of Hoyk.
okay, Marcus over there, you come closer.
Yeah, she knew, so having played against them in the 7, she knew what it was going to be like. They're going to be athletic and powerful, and they have very much proved to be so. And I think it's Scotland's just ability just to take advantage of it, and I think their tight play as well. Just a couple of line-out drives, and then obviously like Rachel Malcolm's driving it, a good forward play there, and then some beautiful play out wide as well.
Pressure comes on from the Fijiana scrum. Leah Bremner Holden is able to get the ball away, and Chloe Rowley spins her way upfield. Scotland on the front foot again. Aggressive Fijian defence. 4 players in there, forcing Scotland back towards their 22. Nelson, Lisa Thompson, Meryl Smith steps inside tacklers. Scotland now back on their 22.
Use it now, please.
Bremner Holden
Carried back.
fires the ball back to Helen Nelson, standing deep.
No,
And the wind catches that. It's been taken well by Rebecca Tovey. Switch of play with Elise Mallow up into the 22. Former Fiji Perils netball player, making her debut. Ball comes out on the Scottish side illegally, so a ruck was formed as the hands came in. Penalty to Fijiana.
Super powerful there by Ngalo, absolutely on her debut as well. Just from a standing start, power. And that's why she'll be in the team.
Rachel.
Scotland almost winning the turnover. Referee Maria Latos judging that the ruck had already been formed, and Rachel McLaughlin seems to be okay.
Great to see Rachel McLaughlin getting it in amongst it, as she called judo, former Scottish judo champion, and that's what she's so good at, getting in low over the ball and sealing it breakdown, but just not quite there that time. But great to see her at this late stage of the game and putting in that effort.
So I'll give them a second and then we'll get please. Scrum.
G'ing up the troops. Rachel McLaughlin, former Scottish judo champion, Sainsbury School Games judo champion, started playing rugby at Glasgow Caledonian University. Relative newcomer to the sport. 43 caps, playing currently with Montpellier.
Yeah, she's just transferred, it's just been confirmed. But yeah, only got her first cap in 2018, so fairly racking them up.
You need, yeah. We bring it closer. You give her space to hit the head in. You put your head down.
There was a nice snippet of her and Rona Lloyd going around interviewing the crowd last week about it. It was a really lovely touch, just interacting just at the end and favourite parts, etc. Really good.
He just make a quick word with the two front rows. Brebner holding there, just to the left of your screen. See the names across the backs now, it makes it easier for us in commentary and of course at home.
Yeah, Vodafone, obviously the principal back of shirt sponsor for both the men's and the women's side, and it is make it really fan friendly.
And for Fijiana, it's visitors who come away. Salita Moisenga, second try scorer for Fiji. Right at the end of the first half, and away she goes again. Elisa Nalo stopped just short. That's been snapped up by Evie Gallagher.
Swim advantage.
Scotland number 8, and they'll look to play out of their 22, hacked off downfield. But taken by Tovey at the back. Off she goes now, side down by Ellis Martin. Referee heads back, I think was playing an advantage to Scotland. Another look at it there, Chloe Rowley off to Lucia Scott.
Must have been a really good tackle.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
either, yes.
On 15 where the ball is landed.
Rachel Malcolm just asking for clarification
Okay,
from the referee.
stop.
Yeah, okay.
On 15.
Yeah.
Of course, because the infringement was as the ball was kicked, can opt at the penalty when it was kicked from or where it landed. So obviously, Scotland will take it from the landing spot.
Yeah, sorry about
Lisa
that.
Thompson hammers that into touch over on the far side. So Scottish line out midway between the Fijiana 22 and 10 metre line. Ellis Martin out to dig for that, but Leah Brebner holding, plays away, pulled out the back, looking for, I think, Lucia Scott, taken cleanly. It's Fijiana now. 8 carry, 5 or 6 metres. It's been snapped up again by Scotland. Either side able to keep a hold of the ball here. Meryl Smith sees space in behind. Just doesn't quite judge the wind properly. Smith appealing that was perhaps touched. The officials having none of that, so we'll come back from a point in line with where Meryl Smith kicked the ball. Just on halfway. Fiji ball. Meryl Smith still suggesting to the referee that was touched.
She obviously felt that way, but certainly the wind's picked up again. It's more swirling this time. It's not coming down the pitch, it's just swirling around, making those kicks really hard.
Line out throwing not particularly easy tonight either. Vika Matarungu accurate though, and then hooked away again by Kalora Lomani. Trying to attack through the midfield. Doesn't quite work for Fijiana, but Elise Nalo,
No, don't play the
first cap for her country, tidies up. A loose pass. Rachel Malcolm and Sarah Bonner trying to win possession back for Scotland.
No.
It's Lomani again, looking for the forwards. Tarunu,
Go blue, leave it blue.
Hooker, Kari, Omani, back to Eva Mary, Nabura, catches that well. Rona Lloyd can't quite take the ball in the full. Has to race back to her own try line. We've already seen her score a wonderful try from her own 22, and off she goes again, the Scottish right wing. Taken down by Asenati Serevi. Meryl Smith in, acting as scrum half. And Helen Nelson hammers that ball as far as she can. Lomani again out to the captain, Naisewa. Fijiana once more on the Scotland 10-metre line, looking to get the ball wide. Tally Wilson, and Sulita Waisenga, a bit untidy again. The ball ends up in touch over on the far side. This should be a Scotland throw to the line out.
Yeah, both sides just finding it a bit harder just to keep hold of that ball. Pressure either side being slowed down, and when they're going wide again, it's just not going quite to hand. So just both sides just need to tidy up and just be a bit more clinical. A few tired bodies out there getting some treatment. Wilson out there getting some treatment, just their first test since the 6th of July, and especially on this artificial pitch, it takes its toll, and they'll have to recover well for Thursday.
Well, a break in play, Heather, so we'll get you to start thinking about your player of the match with about 5 minutes left.
Oh, they have, okay, yes. Okay, thank you, sorry.
8 tries for Scotland. It all started with a penalty try. Lana Skeldon denied as the ball was dragged down about a metre short. And Lisa Thompson, Chloe Rowley, Lana Skeldon adding 3 more in the first half. Scotland with a commanding second half performance. 4 more tries for Rachel Malcolm, Fran McGee, Lucia Scott and Rona Lloyd, showing her pace. She left the Fijiana defenders for dead up this right touch line.
Time is back on.
Difficult kicking conditions. Smith only missing the 1 conversion. Anyway, back to the action. It's with Fijiana just on the Scottish 10-metre line. Goes Kalora Lamani. Scottish defence coming forward, led by Evie Gallagher. Slow tackle. Eva Mary Nabura. She tried to punch holes up through the middle. Scottish defence well organised, set to come forward. Having to meet big ball carriers for Fijiana. Untidy pass. Still with Fijiana. Almost bounced up for Leah Brebner Holden, and squirts out to Sarah Bonner. Kicked off downfield by Lucia Scott. And the ball beats everybody as it rolls into touch inside the Fijiana 22.
Just showing her prowess out in the wide channel there, getting a pass away to Lucia Scott. Just good to see, still working hard in the last couple of minutes of the game.
Taken well in the line out by Fijiana. Hasn't always worked for them tonight. Find themselves back on their own try line almost. It's been snapped up by Scotland. And in they go for the try, and it's Lisa Thompson, the inside centre, who fights her way over. The mistake made by Fijiana as they tried to play their way out from deep, and it was Lisa Thompson who made the tackle, dislodged the ball, and then as it came loose, she had players outside, it cuts back in field and dives over the try line.
Yeah, good good backup play by Evie Gallagher, and again Lisa Thompson, almost like Seven style there, staying alive and looked like she was going wide and then cuts back in. Again, powerful play. Lisa Thompson's second try.
Meryl Smith, 10 on her back, now playing inside centre. Ella Nelson on the field of play. Catches that nicely, just fades across from the post, again kicking into the wind. Just didn't quite have the legs as Meryl Smith just trots back. Let's take the chance then, Heather, to get your player of the match.
Yeah, Vodafone player of the match is going to be Meryl Smith. 6 conversions in very, very difficult conditions. An outstanding player, first start at 10. Superb display last week as well. 2 tries for Lisa Thompson as well. Must mention her, and I must mention the pack as well for their sterling play in the tight as well.
Meryl Smith, the Vodafone player of the match, and it's Smith who bangs that ball into touch. Still on the Scottish 10-metre line. Tries for Scotland as they lead by 59 points to 10. Fijiana scoreless in the second half. Melania and Selita Waisenga tries in the first half. The ball goes over the top, snapped up by Ellis Martin for Scotland. Have they got time for one more? To Evie Gallagher, tries to get the ball away, but it's been stolen by Elise Gallo, and off she goes, galloping into the 22. Rona Lloyd, it's an excellent tackle as the replacement in the back row seemed to run out of gas inside the Scotland 22. Carried on now by Diana Robana Kadavu. Fijiana get themselves a consolation score. Scottish defence just ready to race forward, 10 metres or so out from their own try line. To stop these Fijiana forwards. Taking a metre or two at a time. Here comes Vika Matarungu now. Replacement hooker picks the ball up in one big right hand, taken down by captain Rachel Malcolm. Romani now just looking for options, very slow ball. This is to the left, there's actually a player down. Fijiana keeping things tight for now. Against the front row as Robana Kadavu picks the ball up. Meryl Smith with the tackle. Scotland defence strung across their own 5-metre line. Lamani now comes back to the left. Scotland defending furiously. That ball's been won, I think, by Evie Gallagher, but illegally so. The referee awards a penalty to Fiji. Quick tap and go. Stopped a metre short. Still with the Fijiana forwards. Can go to the right, tackle made by Sarah Bonner. Meryl Smith's in there, Ellis Martin's there too. All just inches short of the Scottish try line. Fijiana looking for their third try, and they get it. Just an injury time at the end of the match. I think that could well be Aviami Vadriaki. We'll just get you confirmation of that, but Fijiana keeping things tight with their powerful forwards. Scotland holding them at bay for several phases, but just too much power in that Fiji pack. And over they go for the first score of this second half, their third try of the evening.
Yeah, absolute superb play. I think they do deserve it. It was Vedriaki that scored that. I think, yeah, just deserves there in the second half. They've been in the 22 and there's just been some turnovers, forward pass, drops. Just not quite to hand there. Just not over the post. Unlucky. She just sort of slipped and went back. I think the wind taking that one.
Eva Mary Nabura there, unsuccessful with the conversion. Fijiana have the final say with their third try. Aviami Vedriaki, the full-time score here at Hive Stadium. The second match of the Vodafone series. Scotland 59, Fijiana 15. Smiles on the faces of the Scottish side. Meryl Smith there in the centre of your screen, another player of the match. Excellent performance last week at inside centre, moved by Brian Eason to fly half this week, where I think Eason says that he sees her future. And then when Helen Nelson came on, shifted out to inside centre. Lisa Thompson moving out of place, and Lisa Thompson, another player who had an excellent game, two tries of her own.
Absolutely, and it's good to have that variety, I think, within that squad and that depth as well. And Lisa Thompson being able to play at 12 and 13, and great to see her back after the Olympics, adding very much a former captain of Scotland in the 18-19 season, and very much heart. Balancing the 7s and the 15s, her and Rona last year, it's quite incredible, and no mean feat on that dual contract, and it's great she's back now and she can concentrate the WXV, the Six Nations and the World Cup next year.
Well, let's take a look at all the second half action now. 5 tries for Scotland, and then that consolation try at the end for Fiji. It was Rachel Malcolm 3 minutes into the second half.
I really like this build-up play. Jade Conkle, Rachel McLaughlin, we talked about that back row. That was a back row try. All 3 of them got on the ball, and it was Rachel Malcolm that got her 3rd try for Scotland. But it was those carries there. We see Jade Conkle right into the heart of the defence, and there's Malcolm just bursting through. She's so strong, one-handed, reaches over, left-handed too. Really good finish. She's delighted with that, her 3rd try for Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland muscling their way over there. Jade Conkle involved twice in the action. Starting at number 8, it was Rachel Malcolm, still had a huge amount of work to do going through between 2 Fijian players. And then it was this one, started off by Ann Young, the loose head prop, and then hacked off downfield by Emma Orr, picked up by Francesca McGee, going over for her 3rd try this Vodafone series.
I know, not bad at all. They combine so well, they actually run quite similarly, and they just sort of seem to understand what each other's doing. It's like a hockey, it's like when you have 2 up front, they seem to like play off each other really well. Excellent finish.
Well, as I said in commentary, it was a carbon copy almost of last week's when it was Emma Orr kicked the ball off downfield and the 2 of them chased it. It was this one though, it bounced off the knee of Francesca McGee. She did well to control the ball as it bounced up into her hands.
Emma Orr is such an unselfish player. She's so happy being the setter up and tries. She's just happy, and she's such a giver, and she's just supporting always. And then there we've got Evie Gallagher. Again, we talk about unselfish player. She almost didn't really need to give that pass, but in we went for Lucia Scott, and on her 2nd cap, getting her 1st try for Scotland, which she'll be delighted with. Again, Meryl Smith, look, provider of the pass that we're talking about, unselfish players. She's the epitome of that, and there is Evie Gallagher. It really brought some fire in the second half.
I think I credited that try with Evie Gallagher in commentary because I didn't think that she needed to give the pass, but it was unselfish.
Right on the line, just make it simple. I can do it.
Lucia Scott, her 2nd appearance, is her 1st try. Well, this one perhaps the pick of the bunch, Rona Lloyd.
Loved it, absolutely loved it. She was saying, "I'll cheer for, and I'll wait until I'll cheer for you until it's my turn," and it's very much her turn. Such an athlete, absolute athlete. Played junior rugby here for Murrayfield Wanderers, played senior rugby here for Murrayfield Wanderers, and now has gone across to France and very much the 7s as well. And she's really just broadened her horizons and also developed herself as a rugby player into the bargain. I think before she might have just gone straight through, but there she actually sold them inside and then went outside again. So really lovely to see, and she's just got such natural pace.
Meryl Smith converting that one, her 6th successful conversion. And Scotland's scoring was rounded off by Lisa Thompson on her return to the 15s game. We'll another look at that Rona Lloyd one. I think you could probably never tire of this.
Milinia just probably got a wee bit more to go in terms of defensive absolute threat we've talked about in attack for Fijiana, and absolute congratulations to her, and just like Rona Lloyd there, just showing another level.
We have another look at the Rona Lloyd try. No, it's Lisa Thompson. It was Lisa Thompson who made the tackle.
Lisa Thompson and Evie Gallagher, again, we've got her to thank. That's the second time she's involved in the build up to the try. Just picks it up off the floor and gives it back to Lisa Thompson. There, look, the hassle there from Lisa Thompson. The pick up there, almost backwards there. Yeah, it has to turn round. Really good play there by Evie Gallagher. Just great ball skills. I think her ball skills, because it's always her physicality has been really good, but her ball skills have really come on as well.
Yes, Scotland blessed with 2 excellent number 8s. Jade Kunkel starting Harlequins captain, but Evie Gallagher, who started last week with Bristol Bears, started out like with Stirling Minis.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think Evie Gallagher sometimes plays on the flank for Bristol Bears as well, so that option to play both positions is really strong for Scotland.
Final word of the evening went to Fijiana, their 3rd try. It was Abiame Vedriake, we think, with the number 19 on her back.
Yeah, the power's over. But it really was Ngalo's on her debut. A couple of super runs, and that's why she's there. Probably just a couple of times, maybe she got dispossessed, and I think she'll just work on that and how to make her big, powerful runs pay off for the team, and it did there, and they kept possession and were able to get over the try line.
In terms of preparation for WXV2, the Vodafone series couldn't really have gone much better for Scotland. Victory over Wales by 40 points to 12 last week, and now 59 points to 15 win over Fijiana.
I know they've got over the 100 mark, absolutely, and that's really a credit to all the staff and all the players really putting in the time and the 4 weeks prep. I think, though, I wrote my notes actually, I think the rest time over the summer as well. I know Lisa Thompson and Rona Lloyd have come back in a bit later, but I think that rest time will pay dividends. I felt last time when Scotland went to the World Cup, it was right down to the wire, the repechage, etc. Whereas this time Scotland can build up. They know they're going to WXV. It will be officially confirmed in the week of the 14th of October when the seedings are done for the pools, for the draw for the RWC. So that's why these wins are important to keep their ranking high and to get favourable draws. But absolute credit, some superb tries. 6 tries last week and 9 tries this week. That's really quite incredible.
A lovely view of the Hive Stadium pitch here towards Scottish Gas Murrayfield, and that's just about it for our coverage this evening. Next up for Fiji will be the Netherlands in only 4 days' time before facing Hong Kong, China in their first match in WXV3, while Scotland head to South Africa for WXV2. And remember, you can watch all of Scotland's matches on BBC iPlayer and on the BBC Sport website and app. And Scotland's first match is against Italy on Saturday, 20th September, kick-off 2 p.m. I hope you've enjoyed the action this evening, and from all of us here, thank you for watching.